What's going on, everybody? It's the Bulls Show, aka Aidan, and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we've got a Chicago Bulls related video referring to the official roster the Chicago Bulls have released, which ultimately also provides the final two-way contract spot and who's actually taken that place. And I'm sure not many people are surprised by this, but of course, for those people that are wondering, the two-way contract spots the Chicago Bulls have given out, one of them is obviously for Kostas Antetokounmpo, and the other one is for Malcom Hill. So that's what we're going to briefly discuss in this video. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Bulls Show, turn notifications on, and let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls official roster. Are you happy with it? Are you sad with it? Ultimately, I think a lot of people, and I really do mean this, a lot of people knew what our roster was going to look like, in all honesty. Yes, Malcom Hill was the one guy that we didn't know about because we saw Carlik Jones get waived, we saw Javon Freeman-Liberty get waived, we saw a couple of guys sign and get waived to join the G League and stuff like that. Malcom Hill was the only one that no one really knew about, and that is kind of the official news that Malcom Hill has officially gotten that two-way contract spot. So let's take a look at the Chicago Bulls official roster. Here's the photo on your screen now, ladies and gentlemen. So we've obviously got Kostas Antetokounmpo, Lonzo Ball, Tony Bradley, Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, Ayo Dosunmu, Goran Dragic, Andre Drummond, Javonte Green, Malcom Hill, Derrick Jones Jr., Zach LaVine, Marko Simonovic, Dalen Terry, Nikola Vucevic, Kobe White, and Patrick Williams. Those are all the guys that are officially announced on the Chicago Bulls roster. So ultimately, I think it's a pretty good squad at the end of the day. It's the strongest squad that we could possibly have out there. In all honesty, again, once Lonzo Ball comes back, everybody seems to be healthy and ready to go by this point. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think this team is still very good. I still think this team will compete. I'm not sure what level we're going to be at, and time will tell with Miami, with the Wizards and the Cavs and Boston and all those other games looking forward to. We will know how strong this team is, and ultimately this also is not going to be the final team probably heading into the regular season's end. Of course, we can make some trades, we can obviously change things up. If things are not working, we can go in different directions, all that stuff. So it's not the final roster in terms of what it's going to look like by playoff time or by the trade deadline, but it's definitely the roster that we're beginning with for the regular season. But we'll take a deeper dive into Malcom Hill, who has gotten a two-way contract spot. I think I'm okay. I'm happy with this decision. Now, I still believe, and I say this all the time with a two-way contract spot, I believe the two-way contract spot is about development, it's about finding young players and nurturing them to become better than what they are, so they are ready for the NBA, they can be put in roster spots, and they can fill roles for teams. And we've seen that every single year for the G League at this point. The G League has become a true stomping ground for developmental, especially for guys coming out of the draft, and even guys trying to enter the draft as well. The G League has done a much better job compared to what it was back in the day. Simple as that. No questions about it, no doubts in my mind about it. And Malcom Hill, again, I don't necessarily think fits all the criteria, but Malcom Hill has performed the best in preseason, and I guess that has to count for something. Now, with Kostas Antetokounmpo, he was by far one of the worst players of the Chicago Bulls preseason. I'm being honest. You may not like that, you may think that's incorrect, but from my perspective, I believe that. But there is development in Kostas Antetokounmpo, and that's why I believe he got this two-way contract spot. With Malcom Hill, I feel like there is less development with Malcom Hill. I think he's already a defined player. I think we already know what he's going to be at the NBA level, and I don't know if he's going to massively progress or degress from that position. He's going to be a spot-up shooter, he's going to provide energy, he can play a little bit of defense, but he is that type of guy that will come in every now and then, not necessarily play a lot of games. I think that's where Malcom Hill's entire career at the moment is probably going to stay. So I don't know if there's much development in him, but judging on his performances in preseason, out of everybody fighting for that two-way contract spot, he was the best guy for it. He was the guy that produced the most. He was the guy that played the best. So in the end, we've got one developmental guy, and we've obviously got one guy that actually had played very well in preseason. So I guess that balances each other out, and that's why I'm happy with both decisions being made. If this went to a guy like Carlik Jones or Javon Freeman-Liberty, for example, the development process is still there, but it's also there in, I guess, a position that we don't need, the point guard position. So yeah, altogether, I'm okay. I'm content with this decision. I'm happy with this decision. It can definitely change over time. We'll see how Malcom Hill does in the regular season when he gets his chances, and ultimately as well, we'll see how he does in the G League, because those are going to be the games that really matter for him, so he can come into the NBA confident. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. If you agree or disagree with what I have to say, let me know in the comments below. I know my opinion isn't for everybody, and that's a-okay. Everybody has the right to believe in things that they see differently. Of course, we can always have a discussion and a debate about it if you like. But personally, that's what I see the two-way contract spot being, a place for development. And although Malcom Hill doesn't probably have the most development in him, I still think he did perform the best, and maybe that's why the Bulls kept him on. So it's an understandable reason. And of course, we'll see what happens in the regular season as well, with both Kostas Antetokounmpo and Malcom Hill and the official roster for the Chicago Bulls. Have a wonderful and safe day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care, and